And for your mind to be renewed, that's something diagnostic. You need to realize where you are. See, let me tell you something. When the Bible simply says, husbands, love your wives, don't think everybody knows what that is. I can tell you one thing for sure. I myself am still learning. When the Bible says, wives, submit to your own husbands, not every woman knows what that is. I mean, to begin with, especially if you grew up in Africa, you may think what the Bible is talking about is subjugation. Submission is not subjugation. When you look at some Africans who cut their wives to sizes, come on, I get what I'm saying? Separate them from everything that can give them color. They may think that that's submission. That's not what the Bible is teaching. And because we don't have a proper definition of the terms, some people are angry with God for things he did not say. The fact that you are the head of the home does not mean you have to earn the most money in that house. It is part of leadership. When you compare what is coming in from your end, compare what is coming in from our end. For the sake of your children and for the sake of the family, reorder the priorities of your family so that what is bringing in money can be preserved. Are you getting what I'm saying? For instance, of course, submission requires that if after getting advice, the husband decides this is the way to go, it is part of the privileges of leadership that the woman will trust his leadership. But as a husband, at least consider. Not that she's earning 15 million, you are earning 150K. You know, I'm the head of the house. Resign your own. What, eh? Listen. There is a difference between being the head and being the coconut head. God said you are the head, not the coconut head. Because you are the head of the home does not mean they can't suggest to you. They can't advise. Some men think that it is part of headship to just do what they want. And nobody can tell them what to do. Because you are the head of the home does not mean you are always right. Listen, let me use the example of owning a company. In a company, you employ people who are smarter than you for the good of the company. If you want your home to work, in the areas where your partner is stronger, get counsel and allow it. Come on, I get what I'm saying? That's very important. That's very important. So in renewing your mind, you look at what God has said. You look at where you are. The moment you can spot it, either by prophetic gifts or by research, it becomes easy to deal with. Can I tell you something? Research is powerful. People are more alike than they realize. What you are going through has been diagnosed. This word again. Has been diagnosed. Yes. You remember this word, Abi? God, I beg. Research is powerful. Let's play a game. I'm going to mention some traits. And if that is you, start ticking. Are you ready? Let me start from the good ones. If you deal with pressure quite well, by your estimation, you know you always deal with pressure quite well. Score yourself on that. If you consider yourself thoughtful and honest, score yourself on that. Now, the reason why you need to allow me go through is because the fact that you tick one or two does not mean this is you. But if people find it stressful to get you to contribute to conversations. Like, let me give you an example. For normal people, when they say, it's a beautiful day, wow, look at the sky, it's easy to share experiences with normal people. They'll just be like, why are you already laughing? Normal people will be like, wow, I see it, you know. But if things like that irritate or frustrate you, tick. Tick. If you consider yourself irritable, like you're a quick vex, like you find yourself maybe feeling uncomfortable, irritability is the word, or frustrated, tick. Listen to me. If externally people think that you handle criticism well because, you look strong on the outside and confident, but actually secretly nobody knows you don't deal well with criticism at all. Deep down in your heart you are sensitive, tick. Now this is how you know I'm talking about you. When you are criticized, you shut everyone out. You stonewall. Tick. You don't really know how to walk through things. It's difficult for people to say, okay, this is what you did wrong, and for them to just sit you through it. Tick. If you find yourself constantly in fight or flight mode, let me explain. Have you ever maybe been in such an emergency that you needed to face the situation squarely, and because of that, you zoned out from your friends, zoned out from everyone, you were not giving things that you normally give attention, just you faced it squarely? Are you aware that there are some people that's their modus operandi, that's where they live? That's where they live. They are in a world of their own. If you go to unimaginable lengths to avoid conflict, tick. If you have extreme attraction to video games, extreme interest in video games or fiction, for you is normal, but really deep down, you know you are trying to escape. It's a medium for you to escape the real world. Tick. If you don't have so much emotional bandwidth, and so you're always craving your own space. Again, not everybody who likes their own space, but I'm talking about more than the average person. You like your own world. And, when people are seeking too much closeness, too much depth, it irritates you. Tick. Now, for how it pertains to relationships. If the number one condition for relationship is ease, don't stress me. Don't stress me. The moment there is too much stress, you don't have the bandwidth to really walk through emotions, handle conflict. You just want to stonewall. If that's you, like what you value the most in relationship, you want to be understood, you want to be respected, but you don't want to walk through the hard work of getting the person to even understand your needs. You want it to be plug and play, and if the person doesn't get it, you like low commitment in relationship. Deep commitment scares you. Not everybody, but some of you, PDA scares you. All this excessive hand holding, hugging. Sit calm, my friend. Now, for the moment of honesty, if you ticked at least 5, stand up. Stand up. Celebrate them for their bravery. Celebrate them. God bless you. Be seated. For the next, you are kind, sweet, and charismatic. You have a lot of good traits. But secretly, you do that because of an incessant desire for approval. Report yourself. Tick, 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 tick. You know you just want, you are sweet, you are kind. Some of you are shy, some of you are confident. It doesn't matter. But people don't know that behind that sweetness, behind that kindness, is a secret desire for approval. So this is it. You are sweet so that you can get approval, and you need approval so that you can secure connections with people. And you like that connection so that you can feel safe. You really value safety in relationships. Next, you only feel safe. You only feel safe through closeness with others. Next, you are needy, clingy, and you tend to focus on other people's opinion about you. You are always obsessing about what people think about you. Next, you tend to self-abandon. Like, you are more concerned about pleasing others than pleasing yourself. Tick. Even when you enter into relationships, you prioritize others above yourself. Next, you fear being alone. You fear being alone. You get your sense of belonging from others. If you'll be brave enough and you think I described you, stand to your feet. Clap for them, clap for them, clap for them, clap for them. God bless you. Please be seated. Next, you struggle to trust. You struggle to trust. You struggle to trust people. Now, you seem trusting until you're in a relationship. Then you just find yourself preoccupied and hyper-vigilant. You take things to heart too easily. You're the quick vex. You sometimes feel unworthy. You are very generous. You are very generous, but in a bit of an unhealthy way. You are doing it to make up for a feeling of unworthiness sometimes. Now, this is the key one. Your feelings oscillate. No. I'm not just talking about mood swing. Listen carefully. In a relationship today, you're like, let's get it. I'm so in love. Tomorrow, you're like, what am I doing here? You have an excessive desire for transparency, but not just for the sake of transparency, because that's the only way for you to feel safe. If that is you, please stand up. Put your hands together for them. Okay. Listen to me. Because God has given man free will, some of your makeup is not by God's design.